I'll do my best to keep my voice up for you guys tonight so you guys can hear me. Make sure I stay in a good view of the camera. Let's see, I'll adjust it here. Try to keep my dog nice and quiet so he's not trying to talk over me. We'll see how that works. Same format as last week. We're going to start, I'll do a little quick warm-up, get the blood moving a little bit, straight fundamentals warm-up, move on to the ground. Going to review a little bit from what we did last week, some of the side control. And tonight we're going to focus more on mount position. So I'll get started here. Going to do a quick little warm-up, and then we'll jump into some technique. Hope you guys are ready. All right. All right, guys, let's start off with 2 air squats, a few jumping jacks, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Open. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cross. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, you guys can do a back break fall if you have a mat. If not, let's just sit down here. All right, do some bridging. Our heels in close, hips straight up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Some leg scissors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll hop up, we'll go to the push-up position. 10 push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stay here, guys, hands and knees. Just do a little hip circuit. Loosen our hips up. We're starting with the left leg, just up and back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rotate forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse it, we're going to rotate back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll lay back here. Just hip out a couple times on each side. I'm going to start with the left leg bent, right leg straight. So 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll switch, go to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just rock back a couple times, guys. We'll rock back, right? Ooh. Just like I'm going to get up in base. Just easy break falls, right? Other side. Just in case you don't have a mat at home. One more. All right, just a little stretch here. Tucking one heel in, one leg back. Just gonna rock into it. Switch the other way. Good stretch for my knees, my hips. Couple more times. All right, looking good. Remember, guys, just want you guys to know, if at any point when we're working tonight, if you guys have anything to say, any questions, comments, anything like that, feel free to unmute yourselves, speak up, just give a shout, grab my attention. Don't worry about interrupting or anything like that. We're just having fun with this here. So first, what we're gonna do is, if we have a grappling dummy, we're gonna grab our dummies and just rep out some chokes like we did last week, right? Some warm-up chokes. If you don't, both of these chokes, I've been showing ways to practice them on our legs, right? So I'm gonna go over both here real quick, just quick review. If you guys know Joe and Brandon, I think you guys saw this last week. Then Stuart, if you haven't seen this yet, do you have a grappling dummy, Stuart? No? Okay, no problem. No problem. That's why we were working these chokes, rear naked choke and Ezekiel to be specific, because we can work those on our leg just to get some reps in. So first I'm going to show the leg variation just as review. We'll do rear naked choke first, and then we'll set you guys loose on it for like a minute, maybe a minute and a half or two. So both arms, right? I'm going to come in under my leg here. Set my hand up on the bicep, then come behind my knee, and just give myself a slow, steady squeeze. Alternate legs, right? Locking in my choke, right? Just practicing my squeeze a little bit. Remember, pinching elbows together, right? So, pretty simple. All of us here know the rear naked choke, right? Like I said, if you don't have a partner or a grappling dummy, just do it on our leg right now. If you guys have a partner or a dummy, let's practice on them, right? Just getting reps in with both arms, right arm and left arm, rear naked choke, guys. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Go about a minute and a half here. All right, that's looking good, guys, looking good. I think some of you guys were already jumping in on the Ezekiel choke. If not, let's hit some reps on that real quick, right? Same concept. I'll show it on the leg. It's real simple if you have a partner or a dummy, right? I'm reaching inside. This is going to be my arm under the head right here, reaching inside my opposite sleeve, right? You can go 4 fingers in, 3 fingers, 2 fingers, whatever feels best for you, right? Slide my sleeve up a little bit here. You can notice right here, there's a lot of space. I pull that tight against the neck and then come over to the other side, right? Now I'm going to switch under the head in my own sleeve. There. come under the chin, not across the face like this. Pull it tight, and Ezekiel choke, right? Choke, grip. Or pulling it tight every time here. The same thing, guys. If anybody has questions, just give a shout, let me know. We're gonna go about, same thing, about a minute and a half or so, hitting some reps on both sides with the Ezekiel choke. All right, let's go. I'm gonna check them out as you guys are working. Couple more seconds, looking good here, looking good. All right, nice work, guys. So what I want to do is a quick review from last week. Last week we did side control position, right? We focused on several different ways early in the week on how to control side control. We focused on side control number 1, number 2, and number 3, right? Went through details as to why we would use each one in different situations. And then we also looked at hip switching in side control, right? So hip switching towards the head, hip switching towards the legs. So what I'm going to do is just kind of demonstrate how we're going to work through this, and we're going to go to the mount. So we'll work the mount position later in class tonight. But right now, we're going to do is we're going to simulate side control 3, side control 2, side control 1, hip switch, mount. Right? So I'll show you what I mean here. First, I'm going to do it just by myself. Right? We could say like imaginary partner or no partner, right? Just by myself. Then I'll pull the grappling dummy in a second and show you guys how we can do it, right? So when I'm here, it's gonna look like this. Side control 3, under the head, cross face, underhook, right? Leg straight in the back, knee in the hip, right here. 3, bring my knees in close, both arms on the far side. 2, come back and block the hip, right here. 1, back to 2. Switch towards the head, back to 2. Switch towards the legs, slide up, mount. Right? So real simple. I'll pull the my partner in here for a second, right? So you guys can see. So it's going to look like this. Start off in side control 3, right? Knee in the hip, leg straight, cross face underhook. Transition to side control 2. Both arms on the far side. Transition to 1. Block the hip, up on my toes. Back to 2, right? Reach back, grab the arm, hip switch towards the head. Come back, hip switch towards the legs. Slide up high, grab my foot, mount my partner. Remember, head and chest low, hands out wide. So there's a quick flow drill to warm it up for us, right? working through the different side control positions, and then ending up in the mount. Then we reset and go all the way back through it. Sound good? All right, let's do it, guys, on our own. We'll go a couple minutes on this. Keep it up, guys. We're all looking good here. Keep going a little bit longer. Looking good. Nice work, Stu. Nice, Joe. Looking good. All right, guys, looking good.
Hey, Professor, the last class, I remember you saying with when you're in side control 3 that you put this hand on top of the other one. You kind of made a point of saying that. Why is that?
Let me grab my, keep your mic on for 1 second. Let me grab on and make sure. So I think what I was saying is the arm that's under the head, I usually go palm down.
So that palm is facing the floor.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, the only time, you know, either way is going to be good. I feel like with the arm under the head, palm down, I can get a stronger crossface when I have my hands clasped together.
Okay.
Now, the only time that I change that, Joe, is if I don't have my other arm underneath here, I might just reach with this hand palm up and grab like that four-finger grip in the armpit. So that way I have something to kind of anchor my hand to, and I still pull my shoulder in with a strong crossface. But if I'm grabbing my hands together here, I usually go with the arm under the head, palm down.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right, guys, so let's bring it in here. Now we're gonna work mount position tonight a little bit. So first thing is when we start to talk about some of these things, you know, we have to, a lot of times practicing and going through technique like this requires a little bit of visualization, right? Like we don't have a resisting partner or someone to feed us every look that we specifically want, but we can still rep it out, you know, if we kind of visualize it as we're going through, right? If I imagine someone's trying to pull my arm in, like they want to trap my arm, that's going to help me as I'm pulling it out and putting it back on the mat, right? If I imagine that someone's trying to dig their elbow inside, even if we have a grappling dummy, they don't react with the way, you know, we want them to when we're trying to have them feed us a look. So that's going to be key for some of the drills tonight, right? When we're trying to talk about maintaining the mount. So we're going to go through a couple things and go through the motions with it, but it helps within our mind if we kind of visualize like why we're doing those, right? So I'm going to get on top of the dummy here and kind of go over a few things, right? So we're going to turn this way for us. Now, so guys, when we're mounted, right, with my feet, I always want my feet laces down, right? Laces down, and I tuck them right in towards my partner's hips, right? We want to stay relaxed here, right? Don't think about tensing up. I'm not pinching my knees and trying to squeeze them. I'm just relaxed. I'm heavy. We use the analogy like a wet blanket, right? With my arms, like I'm not tight here. I just go relaxed out wide, right? When we mount somebody, you know, if they're a technical grappler, they're going to be technical with their escapes, right? If they're not a technical grappler, they're going to go crazy for, you know, who knows how long, 30 seconds, right? They're bridging side to side. All we have to do is stay here and maintain it, right? So when someone bridges, I post my hand, I touch my toes under their hips as we go. They bridge the other way, I post and I come back, right? So when they're bridging, my head moves out wide, comes back to center, out wide, back to center, right? The whole time I'm relaxed and I'm loose here. I'm not tense. If we tense up too much, we're gonna get rolled to the bottom. So, like I said, that's gonna be a hard one for us to practice if we don't have somebody on the bottom bridging, right? But always make sure once we get here, we're focused on staying here as long as we can, right? Now, a big one is someone's gonna try to push up on us, right? We get this kind of a look where someone's pushing up on us here like they want to try to bench press us off. Right? Now remember, we talk about this a lot. I'm not just going to come in with both of my arms and go strength on strength. I'm going to turn my shoulders, right? So I turn 1 and 2. So I'm here. The arms come up, right? They're trying to push me off. Turn my shoulders 1 and 2. We'll go 3 times on each one, right? They're pushing up. 1, 2. Right? Now, see if I can get this guy to cooperate here. If I start to feel someone's elbow coming inside here, what I want to do is reach down at the elbow and grab on, right? I don't want to let them set up need elbow escape. So I reach down, fingers stay tight, right? Grab at the elbow, pull up, advance my knee in tight. Now on the other side, right? I feel their elbow coming inside. Cup at the elbow or the tricep, pull up, advance the knee in tight. Same thing, reach back, grab, advance, right? So I skipped one, right? Before we get there, if someone tries to trap my arm. Now when I'm in tight, especially if somebody bridges, my hands hit the mat, we know that they might try to trap our arm for a buck and roll. So when I feel this arm come over here, I can't let them trap it to my chest. I keep my arm loose, pull it back out, right? So when we're here, we're just gonna practice. Someone pull my arm in, back out, back out, back out, all right? So we'll go through a couple of them again, all right? So I'm here. If someone's bridging, right, I post, and back, coast and back, right? Touching my toes, keeping my feet tight to their hips, right? Coast, back, right? They try to push up on me here, right? Not blasting through with both of my arms, turning, 1, 2. They push up, I turn, 1, 2. 3 times, right? They push up, 1, 2. Now someone tries to trap my arm. I feel they're pulling it in, I pull it out, 1, 2, 3, right? And they need elbow escape, right? How do I know? They start to dig their elbow inside of my knee, right? If I don't catch this, if this is a big indicator, if I don't feel it, the next thing is they start to turn on their side, right? And that's gonna off balance me a little bit. So as soon as I feel this, fingers stay tight, grab at the elbow, pull up, advance. I feel it on the other side, right? Cup at the elbow, pull up, advance. Each time I'm sliding up a little bit. Grab the elbow, pull up, advance. All right, so we're gonna go with our partner here. Imagine that we have them mounted, right? Feet laces down. Tuck my feet in towards the hips, relaxed, right? They bridge, posting. They push up like a bench press, swim through. They try to trap my arm like a buck and roll. Keep that arm loose. They bring the elbow inside, fingers tight, pull up on the elbows, advance the knees. You guys have done this before. Let's work it here on our own. I'm gonna watch you guys on the screen a little bit. Like always, any questions or any comments, unmute yourselves and let's hear your voice. All right, let's go, guys. Couple more, guys. Looking good here. All right. Very nice, guys. Very nice. So let's talk about a couple other ways here to control or maintain mount position, right? So everything that we just did right now was from just a regular mount, or what we call the middle mount, right? We also have the ability to put the grapevines in where we reach our feet back and hook onto our partner's legs, right? Can be hard to do right now without a partner with their knees bent. We also can go to what we call the high mount, and where you come up with the knees in the armpit, or the S mount, right? So high mount is a great way for us to still hold somebody down, right? Put them in an uncomfortable position, make it hard for them to escape because our weight's no longer on their hips. Same with the S mount, right? We can generate a lot of pressure when we get somebody in the S mount, right? So what I'm going to do is just show a way to kind of slide up to the S mount and just practice, you know, when somebody brings their arms up, right? Now, a great way to make this happen is by putting a hand into someone's collar, right? Threatening the choke, or either threatening a choke or actually attempting to choke them. Because what I want on the bottom is I want their arms to be from this position up here where they're trying to protect and they're trying to hand fight, right? That allows me to start to slide one of my knees up behind their shoulder. So I'm gonna get on top of the my partner here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I'm gonna cover a couple of key details though, because when we start to S-mount somebody, the last thing that I wanna do is give them an easy out, right? And part of that is gonna be how I control their arms when I'm doing this, not allowing them to get an elbow inside of one of my legs, right? So I'll see how it looks. If it's not looking good from the angle I'm doing it, just tell me and I can change the angle here, right? So let me switch. All right. So, like I was saying, guys, when I start to attack the neck or threaten the neck, a lot of times what happens is they come up with the arms here, like they want a hand fight, right? So what I'm gonna do is this hand that's in the collar, I'm gonna lean forward, I'm gonna put a lot of my weight on that fist, right? So when I do that, I slide this knee up behind the shoulder, right? So now already I've got this arm trapped, right? It's up and it's off the mat. Now, when I'm here, this arm, I'm taking my hand out of the collar so I can adjust this guy's arms, right? His arms aren't gonna be down here like this. He's gonna be up here trying to fight and protect his neck, right? So what I'm gonna do from here is I wanna take this leg and straighten it. You guys can see what I'm doing here, right? And as I do this, I start to turn my hips and get perpendicular to my partner. So key detail here, don't let them get the elbow inside of this knee. We're gonna lose position every time this happens. So I'll see if I can get this guy to cooperate and keep his arms in the place where I want them. I put a hand in the collar, right? His arms come up because he wants to fight. He knows I'm going to try to choke him. So I slide up my knee behind the shoulder right here. Now right away, this hand, I reach and I grab. Not on the forearm, not on the hand or the wrist. I grab right above the elbow on the tricep and I pull it in tight. That way I've got the arm controlled. He's not going to be able to get his elbow inside of my knee. Now from here, this is where we start to generate a lot of pressure. Straighten my leg, curl it in. Now here, I'm perpendicular. Here's my partner's head. My hips are facing this direction, right? Now notice I'm not leaning this way. I'm not leaning towards the head. I'm not straight up. I'm leaning slightly towards my partner's hips, right? A lot of pressure right now. If our S-mount is good, I'm pinching my knees, right? Like this foot's and knee is just here for balance, right? I got all my weight coming through my right hip. So let's do one more time. Partner's here, right? Hand in the collar. Maybe they trap my arm, or they're fighting, they don't want to get choked, right? Maybe I'm doubled up on the collar here, trying to choke them. Slide up, 1, grab, 2, turn, S-mount. Nice and tight, nice and heavy, slightly leaning towards the hips. When I lean towards the hips, it even lifts their head up slightly, right? Now I'm in position, I can still attack the neck here. I can sit back for an arm lock. I can make them extremely uncomfortable. So Let's practice this, guys, a little bit on our own. Just transitioning from mount with a hand in my collar up to the nest mount position. Couple more seconds, guys. We're all looking good here. All right. Looking good, guys. Looking good. So when we get up there, right, to the S mount, something that I've found from my own experience is gi versus no gi, right? In the gi, I want to keep that hand in the collar as long as I can because that gives me two threats, right? When we're training no gi and you S mount somebody, there's other attacks that we can do from there, but a lot of times everybody's very aware of the armbar, right? And I love the armbar from the S mount. It's one of my techniques that I get the most success with when I'm rolling, but it's the threat of the choke that makes it happen so much, right? As long as I'm able to threaten the neck, the arms are going to stay there and they're fighting my hands, right? No gi, when I don't have that same threat with the collars and the chokes, a lot of people just go all in on the armbar defense, makes everything, more challenging. Doesn't mean we're not going to get them, right? We just got to work a lot harder for it. So I'm going to show a couple things here. One, I showed this in class before, and Professor McMahon showed this a long time ago. And he said when we get up into the S mount, right, we can reach under the head and grab our own foot here, right? It makes the person really uncomfortable. You can hold them here for a long time, right? And it really sucks on the bottom. I think I want to say that Professor McMahon told me that Jay Jack taught him that, or used to do that to him like way back in the day, right? So I always recommend, like, if you're going to do that to somebody, know what it feels like, because they're going to do it to you as soon as they get a chance, right? It's not the most pleasant, but it's really effective for holding somebody there. Right? Now, when I'm here, right, notice my hips are already in position for the armbar. I'm already perpendicular to the body, right? Now, when I'm in here like this, the arms, you know, this guy's arms, who knows how they're going to be, right? But a lot of times it looks like this, right? I'm choking, right? Notice this case as well. Like this leg, you can see how easy it is for me to move it, right? Now I'm lucky right now because I've got this grappling dummy, but if this were an actual partner underneath me, I'd be crushing them right now, because that lean back motion where I lean back towards his legs, that puts a lot of pressure on, right? So it's just where my weight is. It's all through my right. This is my left hip. All my weight is through my right hip, right here, right? Some people like to finish the arm bar on top and they just put the knee across the face, right? But this happens a lot where they set up like they want to go for that rear naked choke armbar defense, right? What I'm going to do is come over the top. I'm going to take his hand. I hope you guys can, this comes through on the video. Put his hand in my armpit. I'm going to grab his tricep with the other hand, right? Now notice, this is the arm right here. This is the one I want to armbar, right? I'm not even touching it. If I go here, all of a sudden they know that that arm is being attacked, right? So I grab the opposite arm right here. His other hand is in my armpit. There's no way they can grab their hands together, right? So what I do is I lean, I throw my leg over, and then as I come back, now I hook the wrist here. Now you can see this hand right here, that's the arm I'm armbarring, right? His other hand is here, it's in my armpit, right? There's no way to stop it at that point, right? It's totally isolated, and I just lean back, right? That's the point right there where people know, like, I don't even have to lean back and make somebody tap. They just know there's no defense at this point. All right, so from here, hand on the collar, I've slid all the way up to S mount, right? Attacking the neck. This rear naked choke is where this is the arm that's going to get arm barred right here. They put it in the crook of the elbow of the other hand. I just reach through and I grab just like this, right? I lean, I throw my leg over, and I sit back. I haven't even touched their wrist yet, but there's no defense, right? And that arm goes straight right here. I never do I have to fall with my back to the floor on this one. So if you guys have cooperating partner or dummy with the arms, right? Let's give this one a shot. If we don't have a partner or a dummy, let's do this. Let's do the same thing. Slide up, S mount. I'm acting like I'm attacking the neck, right? I can also come under, grab my foot, but I'm just going to come here and I'm going to throw my leg over and back. 1, 2, and on the third one, just like I'm going to sit back for an armbar. All right, let's work this, guys, on our own. Let's go real quick on this one, guys. We'll close it out here in a second. This is a 45-minute class tonight. You guys know how I do it. I take everything right down to the wire. My time management is just the same on Zoom as it is on the mat.
We miss you, Roy.
Oh, I miss you too, Stu. It's good to see you. All right, guys, good job, good job. If you guys want to keep going afterwards, no problem, right? You guys have some space there. You can hit some more reps on that arm bar. Man, good. Glad to have you guys join me tonight, right? Good to see some faces again. Like I said, hopefully these classes keep growing, get some more people in here. But it's just a good way, like, to keep our minds active, right? Like I always said before at the beginning of class, that, you know, there's always going to be things that get in our way of training, right? Sometimes it's going to be the unplanned, like the school is closed for a certain period of time, right? None of us planned for this to happen. Sometimes it's going to be our busy schedule, you know, an injury, whatever it is. But it doesn't mean that mentally we're not going through the motions and kind of keeping ourselves sharp that way, right? Thinking about positions, thinking about, you know, we always send out the email every week of what we're doing, positions and stuff, right? If I'm on the road traveling, I can look at the email and say, man, mount position, what do I remember from that? What do I remember from that mount class that I did with Professor Finnie or Professor Roy, right? So man, it was good to work with you guys tonight. And like I want to keep doing is we added back a little bit from last week, right? We did a little bit of review on the side control and then worked right into the mount with it. We'll try to do the same thing next week, right? Review a little bit in the beginning and then get right back into the next position that we're going to work on. One of our speeches that a lot of you guys have heard this one before is, and it's appropriate now just to share it with you guys, is the road to success is always guarded by challenges and problems, right? So just a thought for us to think about, right, is that everything that that we're going to be successful in life, whether it's, you know, work, family, martial arts, whatever it is, there's always going to be challenges and problems along the way, right? And that's our goal, is like what makes us successful is overcoming all those challenges and problems, right? So man, just something for us to think about. And like always, I look forward to seeing you guys on Wednesday night, and we'll do a little bit more from the mount, cover some more attacks and everything like that. You guys, if you guys have anything to say, you guys can unmute yourselves.